Hello everyone, it is Erin Floto here, and I am here with my April plan with me. This one is a little bit different because I am working with some watercolors. I started thinking because in March I did a barcode theme, which was talking about kind of consumerism and trying to move towards sustainable options. And with April being Earth Day, I decided that I really wanted to transition from that whole consumerism thing to like thinking about the world as a whole. So I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to do a galaxy theme. So I decided to use the Archer and Olive watercolors. These are watercolors, like a mixture from a bunch of the different sets. So I can't quite remember which goes to where, but basically these are all of the Archer and Olive watercolors that were released a couple months ago. And this is actually the first opportunity I have to play with them. So I'm really excited about that. I did do some like testing in the back of my bullet journal because I haven't, like I said, I haven't used these before. So I didn't know how they would work on black paper and things like that. But I really ended up liking how it interacted with the black paper. So I went for kind of more of a loose galaxy type theme. So I use a bunch of these darker colors because, I mean, it's the galaxy, right? Things are dark out there. So I decided to do kind of this like splotchy effect and not have it over the entire paper, but rather like concentrate it in a few different areas, like around this April header and then in the upper corner. And then I incorporated in some of the reds and made a little bit more of a purpley effect and added in some blue and things like that. So it all comes together in the end. It looks a little weird when you're first doing it. And I thought I was going to scrap this entire thing because I was like, oh, this isn't really turning out how I quite envisioned. But it ended up coming together in the end, and I really ended up liking how it turned out. So I'm glad I kept going with it because I almost just taped these pages together. But I was like, no, let's see how it goes because one, I didn't want to try to figure out a whole new part to the theme, and two, like as I was going with the colors, it started to make a little bit more sense, and it started to pop a little bit more, and it was looking better on the camera than it was in person, like how I have to do the actual painting because I can't have my head over top, obviously, because I'm filming. So when you're at like a weird angle, sometimes you lose all the color because the colors are dark. But it ended up working out in the end. I like how it ended up turning out, especially because I add these like really nice white elements to it as well. So let's talk about April for a little bit. So my releases are going to be that first Friday of April as usual in my shop. Again, my website is still undergoing a lot of issues because of when I got hacked, which is really, really freaking annoying. I've lost out on a lot of income because a lot of people still don't really know that it moved around and things like that. So it is extremely frustrating process, but it is what it is. I just have to deal. So I'm going to be saying that in every single video to double check that people know where my shop is. It's erinflotodesign.com. It is not erinflotodesigns.com anymore. Hopefully I'll get that back, but honestly, who knows? um, it is not in my power, unfortunately, even though I paid for it, but okay, sorry. Sorry about going on the tangent there. But that is when the shop is getting released. I am also going to be hiring help for a couple of months. So by the time you see this video, there should be a link on my website where you can apply and submit a resume and things like that. I think it's probably going to be about 2 months, 5 hours a week, $15 per hour. You have to be in the US to apply. So this is for people that are just trying to make a little bit of extra income. Maybe they know about Shopify and how to use it. It is a very intuitive program, so I think people will get it really easily. I didn't know anything about it when I started working on my website, so it's basically a shop manager position. So I will be having all of that information over on my website, and I will have it linked down in the description below. So thank you so much to anyone who applies. I don't envision a lot of people applying, but if you do, just know that I'm sure everyone has wonderful resumes and things like that. But I just want to make sure I'm picking the right person for the job. So obviously I can't choose everyone. My business is not big enough to be able to support that. Hopefully one day, but definitely not currently. So thank you so much to anyone who applies. So other life things that are going on, I like to use these playing with me's as kind of a general life update as well as showing you what I'm working on. But a lot of you kind of already know what I'm working on. And this is a very short setup because things are a little bit hectic right now. So I wanted to shorten it down a little bit. Overall, this setup includes 2 pages, well, technically 4 pages, and it took about 45 minutes for me to do. And that didn't include the drying time for the paint. There was a lot of time in between where I had to dry, and you can kind of see me working through those issues right now where I didn't let the paint fully dry, so it like kind of bled in with my white pen. I do get over it and just go ahead and finish it, and then I went back over the top of the problem areas and when it dried and made it a little bit more white and vibrant. So they have finally set a date of going back into the office, and that is one of the things that prompted me to hire a little bit of help, is because I'm only one person. And things did change. We don't go back into the office full time. We have a new union agreement that allows us to work from home most of the time. But that is like a full day that, like, I'm having to commute and things like that. And some of my priorities have shifted a little bit because I'm just me and there's only so much I can handle. So definitely looking for a little bit of help in that area. And I'm hoping that the shop manager position I may keep on. But again, I've lost quite a bit of income with this whole website issue. So that kind of stinks. And yeah, so something that I thought was going to be a little bit longer, I was going to do it for about 6 months, is getting shortened down to 2 or 3 months. So unfortunately, that's just the way things work, but hopefully I can keep it on and find some income in the business to keep that going. But we are going back into the office starting in May, so I'm actually really excited is not quite the right word, but like I am excited to see my friends again. There's always going to be this thing where I don't really understand the purpose of going into the office because I've done my job for 2 years now at home, over 2 years now at home, and it has not impacted my work at all. So it's kind of frustrating when like you're being told, oh, you're doing such good work, but now you have to like come back if you don't want to come back. So I mean, I am excited to see my friends more. I have an amazing group of friends at the EPA, so that'll be nice to see them again at least. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes it stinks being a grown up. So this next page is my healthy habits page. I got this idea from, let me look it up, Brainstorm with Terry, Teri. So I was looking up some spreads for health related reasons, and this is one of the spreads that I was inspired by. So I will go ahead and link Brainstorm with Terry down below. It's a little bit different, but the layout style is quite similar, except I included habit trackers on the side, whereas Terry decided to do like goals and things on the side. But I have been enjoying my habit trackers again, and the long monthly isn't my jam. The one that I did in March, it worked really well with the theme that I was doing in March, so that's why I went with that. But I wanted to try these individual habit trackers out again because I adore this style. So I'm going to go back to that. So in the middle section, it's not a habit tracker, it's a graph. So the dot graph, the line graph, will be my water intake goal and how much water intake I've done for the day, versus the bar graph, which will be my calories burned, and specifically my calories burned during a workout, because I've been a little bad about wearing my watch. I've been a little bit better the past couple weeks, but I've been better about wearing my watch during my workouts. So I want to continually keep track of that. So I will have a bar graph for the calories that I burn according to my Apple Watch, which is not the most accurate thing. It is one of the more accurate type of watches, but you know, at least it's motivating me. So I figure it's fine anyways. So I have that as my bar graph. So the calories burn goal is more of a minimum. I want to reach a minimum of 600 calories that I'm burning during my workouts. And then my water intake goal is a calculated goal based on my weight and things like that. So that is 113 ounces, which I am freaking terrible at drinking water. It is one of the things that I am the absolute worst at. So hopefully I can get a little bit better because I'm graphing it and I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to completing graphs and things like that. If I don't do it, then I am very good about moving on and not letting it linger and frustrate me and things like that. Because sometimes it just is what it is, right? So, but I would like to complete the things. So that is my healthy habits and my April setup. So I hope you guys like this video. I really, really am enjoying this theme. It's very different for me, but I really like how it turned out. So please let me know what theme you are doing in the month of April. I cannot wait to hear. If you are doing a similar theme to mine, please let me know because I would love to see any of your posts on Instagram and things like that. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.